Guichabou versus Impala, a top 8 qualifier match here, a trial of Skadi. It's going to be very exciting.
I would definitely put Guichabou favored over Impala here. Yeah. Obviously, I think all of us on the pre-show put Guichabou in our top 3, so we would also be all in agreement on that one. Impala, even if he wins this tournament, Sandstorm has to get 13th place or worse.
Yeah.
For Impala to be able to make it in. So there is the potential there, but it's statistically unlikely.
Exactly, and as we get into the match here, Guichabou starting off on the cannon and now switching over to the very, very tried and true guitar. Yeah. I mean, this is what we've been seeing from Guichabou and already starting off with that aggression. The side air, immediate ground pound, just put the pressure on Impala. Do not let Scythe get activated. And right now, Guichabou looking to activate those guitars as the big damage starts coming in on that top platform assistance. Right now, Guichabou evening up the damage with the guitars.
So Impala on this Moonin, man. Moonin is a really interesting pick. I wish we would have had like a little bit more time to talk to him specifically on the pre-show when he called in yesterday, but of course we had a tournament to get to because I want to know why. Because there really haven't been many people playing the Moonin. It was like Asmodee in Australia a long time ago. Nice dare. Did he touch? No, he did not touch.
Nice catch.
That's going to be the first KO, grabbing with that dare, turning around, using the active input on Scythe to throw the other direction. But I can be convinced. My mind can be changed by Impala. I just don't see it right off the bat. My first reaction is, Moonin? You want to play a Scythe Legend and like this is the one you chose? Like I get the bow. I want to be convinced. I want him to prove me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, no better way to do that than here as Guichabou makes their case to move on, but Impala looking to convince Sparky as well on why the Moonin makes sense. Guichabou even up that stock with that side sig. One of the things about Guichabou, especially on the Linfei, I think Linfei's sigs match with Qatar so well. A weapon that is so good at keeping you in the air and juggling, and then having a side sig that KOs and catches like a third of the stage is exactly what happened in the first stock to take it. But right now, Impala keeping up with the scythe, not really opting for the bow. It might be a case of I don't want to be on the ground versus the Qatars. I want to play more aerial based with the scythe, and it's working out so far. Nice recovery reversal. Guichabou has to get back to center. Doesn't do so safely. And Impala hasn't been getting the really extended strings. Might prove me wrong here, though, as Guichabou in a bad spot in the ground pound comes in to tap in that edge guard, and that's going to be Impala going up 2 stocks to 1.
And he had really great spacing there in like confirming that edge guard, making sure that Guichabou couldn't just barely make it back. He also did it really safely, so there wasn't the chance that Guichabou would find a hit. Nice job getting away from that. Impala again playing back from the wall, using his range, his spacing in the offstage engagement that we just talked about, but also so far against the Qatars of Guichabou. Like it's been very solid so far. Again, this is just game 1, but that's something that like virtually every player has struggled with throughout this year, is dealing with the spacing against Guichabou's Qatars. And Impala's still in the lead right now. He's probably at a 40 damage lead. Gonna start off with a 2-piece there, immediately going back to the ground, resetting his jumps, then going back up, throwing out the recovery, not taking too much punishment.
Guichabou's been pretty solid so far at making him closer games, but right now Impala put in a bad edge guard position, goes for the down sig there, doesn't find the catch on Impala's recovery. And Impala back to center stage, where he's been making a lot of his money in this matchup so far is just holding to that center, but when Guichabou gets going, you better have your helmet on because you're running those half pipes. I mean, right now he's not been getting the big extended KO confirms, but we are getting some big damage on the side of Impala, and finally Guichabou has a bit of a lead in this game.
Yeah, the damage from him, it definitely has been limited. Compared to basically everybody else. Definitely for what we saw last week or a couple weeks ago there in Balder. Thought that might be the KO option there. Guichabou finds recoveries where like every other Qatar player in the past just like doesn't anymore. Like dash helps with that. Dash landing helps with that. Of course, 9 decks helps with that as well. Just the freedom to move around, bait out those dodges so you can find those D-Light recoveries more consistently, or just the raw like double recoveries. That's something Guichabou does a lot, is those recovery after recovery.
It was interesting because I think Guichabou, if I'm not mistaken, besides the last stock with the side air, took 2 of the stocks with the Linfei Sigs. I've been saying that the Linfei Sigs, I think, match perfectly with what Qatar struggles with sometimes, where it's like people will try to land right outside of the side light range. It's a very fast side light, but kind of falls off in terms of range, where that side sig covers exactly that spot. Right above is where you want to stack above Qatar in a lot of situations, and that neutral sig is going to be great at doing that.
D-lighting out of that as quickly as Guichabou did. Oh my gosh, was that a light attack he threw out before that? I swear it was a signature, I swear.
So crazy. And now Impala, I mean, he's been showing that he can contend with the speed of Guichabou's Qatars in Scythe, but only when you're holding that center stage. But once Guichabou gets going, it's hard to see if anyone can keep up with the pace.
And we're still not seeing him find those half pipes. but it ultimately doesn't matter. Like, he's doing a great job of maintaining a lead here. He's finding the one hits. Usually doesn't find like maybe the third or fourth that continues that half pipe, but finds the one hit, two hits more often than Impala is. And the threat that Guichabou is able to consistently put out. Now swapping over to the cannon, going to be the first major cannon effort that we've seen so far. Neutral signatures, a regular KO option when he has a cannon in hand. Of course, obviously loves the neutral airs as well. Doesn't even always need the D-Light for the true combo.
Going for a lot of these neutral sticks, trying to catch Impala in their own movement. Hasn't been working out so far as the active input sends off stage on that dare, and now Guichabou has to take to the skies to avoid the Scythe dominance, but the neutral sig comes in anyway, and Guichabou takes that stock. That cannon sig is just so fast. I mean, a lot of times it's really fast and also a little bit more active than you would think, and it catches people's landings so consistently for those reasons.
Yeah, it's like it has benefits on both ends of it. On the front end, you get it's insanely fast. It's lightning, dude. Feels like a light attack. And on the back end, it lingers a little bit longer than you would normally expect. Finally see a signature hit. We didn't see that last game. He ended up throwing out 4 in total. None of them ended up hitting. And of course, we break out the damage numbers. Only 52 on bow compared to the 372 on Scythe. So again, I want to be convinced. I really want to be convinced that the Moonin is the right choice for Impala.
Yeah, it seems like Impala has just been foregoing using bow altogether versus the Katars, because a moment like this will happen where you get smothered and Guichabou does not stop. The gravity cancel breakdance down below the stage catches the recovery, and that's going to be a clean 0 to KO essentially for Guichabou. Convince us that the bow will work versus the Katars, because it's not right now.
I'm hoping, because we know that Impala also has the Giro. He mentioned that yesterday. We've seen it come out a little bit as well. I think it's Giro time. I think it's at least something else time, and given that Giro is the other thing for him right now, I think it's potentially Giro time. Because the Scythe is solid. We saw him use the Scythe really well last game, but the signatures are few and far between. I love the Scythe. I like his Scythe. I'm cool with him picking a Scythe legend. I just want him to find the right one.
Exactly that, and right now the Scythe online for Impala versus the Cannon, which Guichabou was able to get that first stock off of, but hasn't been damage building with it, mostly relying on the Katars now as Impala looks to find a way back to the stage and find some footing, but Guichabou just is always so crafty, is always kind of baiting into that range where it's like, I can just hit you here, I can dash back, and it's working out so far. Impala seeming to be smothered right now. Nice neutral light into the recovery, though. That's going to give him some space and some time for the edge guard. That should be an easy one.
Okay. He did get the jump.
Nice.
All right. That, of course, was going to interrupt the recovery. That's why you saw that animation play out with the stars and the little, effects that came around Guichabou right there. Impala, not in a terrible spot whatsoever. Keeping Guichabou weapon starved, which he's unable to do. That was an instant grab. I almost didn't even see it happen. I didn't even know he grabbed a weapon until we saw the neutral air come out. So Guichabou, the lead is reasonably small. Please strip the field, Impala. Please strip the field, Impala.
Yeah, because once the Katars come online for Guichabou, it could all slip away so quickly. That's the down air. And Impala struggling, having to resort to burning multiple jumps to avoid Guichabou's anti-air attempts as side stick comes through with no connection. But no punish those high dex legends with those SIGs. I mean, it's so hard to punish sometimes, especially Lin Fei.
That D-Light was tough because it ended up over. It ended up going past Guichabou, who's in that dead zone right in the middle. Blasters players know what I'm talking about with that one.
Side light there from Impala, just looking to create some space on the ground. You saw that. I think we both got a little scared for that one. Impala with the neutral light into the recovery once again. Guichabou throws up and goes high, but catches with the SIG, and Impala takes a game.
Nice signature usage there from Impala. I didn't think it was going to hit that high.
I didn't think so either. It had really good, not only vertical, but also horizontal coverage. It seemed like it was a checkmate situation. Very important edge guard there for Impala, and we'll see this right now.
Yeah, that covered essentially one character heights even above the soft platform. So even if he wasn't right on the platform, which he wasn't there towards the end, it still got the pickup. So great usage on that.
Yeah, Guichabou did something interesting there. He did a weapon toss up and then recovered and picked up their own weapon toss. It seems good on paper because the side air sends so far horizontally, but I think it burned a resource. And I think Impala knowing that is like, okay, Guichabou's going all in on going high. I'm going to wait and cover with that SIG. And it was perfectly played for Impala, who is continuing to prove the Scythe is working. We'll see if the bow finds some activation here. Nonetheless, right now, Guichabou on the Katars.
Just to add even more to back you up here with those numbers, 466 76 damage on the scythe this time and 85 on the bow. So very much a scythe player. He has moved off of what essentially was a part of like his career-defining moment from the Kaya, and he is all in on scythe.
Impala right now just playing alongside the wall, not letting Guichabou get any of those big open ups, because as soon as you land back on the stage, Guichabou is looking for those big strings. Well, it has a juggle on Guichabou where I think Miami Dome is going to help Guichabou land versus Impala. Those soft platforms are quite high.
I don't know if that was a ground pound that he wanted to do on the edge. Maybe he thought he was grounded and was going for a down signature to cover it, because we've seen him use it in that spot before. Oh, that's going to save him. The weapon toss bonking him on the head from the neutral signature, interrupting the momentum and keeping him alive just a little bit longer. But Guichabou was able to clean up that stock. Now kind of in the deep side of orange. Looking at a little bit of buffalo sauce right now.
Every time the Qatar players get that ground pound extension on that combo, I just feel like it's like you're about to take so much damage, and Guichabou found it there and is looking to extend this lead, as you were talking about. An unfortunate sig drop because of the weapon toss, but leaning on the cannon, I like to call that combo the consistency combo. Downlight into Nair to find the KO, and wow, that just KO'd. I can't believe it.
I don't think he got a hit. I think that was a clean stock.
Yeah.
He's still definitely in buffalo sauce. But yeah, I'm glad you bring up the D-Light Nair, because there was a time where Cannon players, specifically the Ninja, I don't mean to call you out, you were just like one of the big Cannon players at the time. He was like, Cannon can't knock out. I struggle to knock out with Cannon. And I remember sitting with Sandstorm at DreamHack Montreal in 2019, and he was watching someone play Cannon, not the Ninja, but he was watching him, and he was just sitting there saying, just D-Light, just D-Light, and that's all you have to do. So it's good to see that Guichabou, of course, has the signature usage to find the KOs with that. There's the signature we were talking about on the corner, but he also just has the simple bread and butter D-Light neutral air.
Yeah. At the end, going for that high recovery option. Because of the high soft platforms, Impala not having the sig positioning to catch it. It's an interesting new mix-up on Guichabou. I haven't seen that before from him. Nice catch there with the downlight. Gets a big dodge coverage and baits out the even chase dodges up and looks to end Impala's stock there. Didn't find it, and Impala with the weapon toss missing now, and the neutral light on the bow. That might be the first bow damage this entire game. Side light into the neutral light. Chase dodge up and goes down afterwards. So smart from Guichabou. Can they find it, or it just KOs?
That was a 3-stock. The chase on that, the tech chase that he used to stay right alongside Impala. The longer he was that close alongside Impala, the more the pressure was building up. Every single frame, it was just mounting, all on top of Impala in that moment. That was huge. Yo, can we roll that back and get more of the beginning of that?
Yeah, the chase dodge up and then immediately following down was crazy.
Yeah. And this is off of Impala. Like, the reason he's not getting caught in the half pipe, we have to move on to the next game, of course. But the reason he's not getting caught in the half pipe is he's not, like, getting hit once and being like, oh, no, I have to use my dodge right now or it's over.
Yeah.
He saves it until the right time, and you see him immediately go high. He jumps and he dodges to get fully out of that. And towards the end there, you saw Guichabou, especially right at the end, follow him up after.
Yeah. It's a similar, funny enough, defensive game plan versus Cannon, where when you get hit by the side light and then the chase through where they turn you back around, you have to just take the damage, because if you give a dodge too early, you get KO'd for it. And Impala knowing that, and Guichabou knows, everyone knows that as well, and as you were saying, follows all the way down. And as we get onto Demon Island so far, Impala's Scythe, again, the star of the show for Impala, has been outpacing Guichabou's damage, at least thus far.
Now, last game when you said, when there was like one bow move that came out and you were like, I think that's the first bow damage, I think you're absolutely right. You only did 16 damage.
Yeah, with the neutral
last game on the bow.
Yeah,
so
that
you're
was
exactly right. I thought surely you got one other hit, but no, PJ, you were exactly right. And he takes the stock there with that signature right over the corner. Okay, he's showing me Moonin things. Yeah. He's showing me things that are inherent to Moonin, which is why he's choosing this legend.
It'll open up for Guichabou there, gets the side light into the neutral light. The Nair sends up and the juggle continues, but Impala with a smart weapon toss down, looking to actually contend here with the bow. The sig gets interrupted by the down air from Guichabou there, created a little weird animation cycle, but the gravity cancel. Side sig KO'd there. Oh my goodness, that just has so much force behind it. And that's going to be Guichabou evening up the stock count. That sig is ridiculous.
Now, I'm not sure if he gravity canceled it just above the ground because he was worried like maybe a bow D-Light was going to come in, so he'd be right above it, or if he was like, like, you know, Impala likes to jump and fast fall, a lot of movement inputs from Impala specifically as a player. So maybe he was just also expecting him to be half a jump height, maybe even one jump height up, fast falling down, so he would still get caught in it, whereas a grounded one might not catch.
Now Guichabou playing pretty aggressively on Impala, even having the higher damage. The down stick comes through, goes for the double on the gravity cancel, still is able to catch with the recovery. Impala taking so much damage, run off, baits out the dodge, and gets a recovery, downlight recovery, and Guichabou is in the lead once again. Impala gets a big unarmed nair to give some time back, but Guichabou on the weapon starve, and the second Qatar almost had to read on the dodge away, and Impala is looking lost right now, cannot find any reprieve from the Guichabou Qatar pressure. That's a clean stock for Guichabou.
So a couple things that kind of surprised me there was while Impala was getting juggled, eventually he got sent towards like over the main stage rather than just being on the side wall. He didn't throw his weapon there to halt any incoming pressure from Guichabou. And then after that, Guichabou chose to weapon starve instead of like just attempting to punish the landing with the cannon. Okay, don't let him do it to you. Don't let him do it to you. Not here, Impala. At least get one more stock.
And even on the cannon, Guichabou proving that the pressure never lets up. The nair catches Impala's landing, and the double D life recovery KOs. Guichabou moves on.
That was a huge victory for Guichabou. There were, of course, signs of life and signs of brilliance from Impala's Moonin, but it wasn't enough to deal with Guichabou. A very, very, very efficient game. 507 damage from Guichabou.